Hello everybody, this is Mr. Rob, and today I'm bringing you guys a video that I have been waiting quite some time to. Today is going to kind of be, let's say, the prologue to the Universe Mode series that is coming here on Wwe 2K23. I've known, and you guys have known, that Universe Mode is coming to the channel. I know it's been a little bit of a wait since the game has come out, but we had to finish up our journey on 2K22 before we can get to the new game, and we have finished that up. Both the main roster and NXT have had their PLEs. If you missed them, I recommend go checking them out. I will link them in the description. Clash of the Castle was a sensational PLE. I almost said pay-per-view, but it's technically now a PLE now. I would argue maybe our best in the entire series. And then Clash of the Champions, we saw NXT UK come to an end. We crowned some unified champs as well as some new champs to send NXT into their new era. So it is time, though, to officially get ready for WWE 2K23. So what I'm going to do today I was just kind of show you the champions as well as the shows that we have and the schedule going forward. That way you can kind of get a little bit of a guide as to what is going to happen going forward. So if you guys are ready for this one, if you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you're ready for the WWE 2K23 Universe Mode series. I know I am. So let's go ahead and jump right into this one. Starting off, just kind of the calendar is I have not booked the Monday Night Raw show, so don't be worried about everything you see. But let's take a look at the calendar first, just show you where we are. We are in the month of September, technically the second week of September, as we did do Clash at the Castle. The first full week, though, in the series. In case you are new, I do not do it by weeks. I actually do it by real life dates, so I don't just do September 1st week, September 2nd week. I actually do the actual dates. So I think this will be the September 5th episode of Monday Night Raw in 2022 will be the next one. But we have Raw obviously on Mondays, NXT on Tuesdays, and Friday Night SmackDown on obviously Fridays. And speaking of NXT, it is still technically 2.0 in our series. I think we have a couple more episodes before we do rebrand NXT. I thought about just doing the rebrand right off the start with the new game, but I did want to end the NXT 2.0 portion of that show, and I have a couple of ideas for the coming weeks before we do get it to the the black and gold again. So NXT 2.0 is around, but only for a couple more weeks. But September, we don't have any more PLEs. I mostly follow real life in terms of their PLE schedule. I do make some tweaks here or there if I don't like a show name or whatnot, or I want to do something different. I do. Like we did just have Clash of Champions instead of Worlds Collide, just because I had already done a Worlds Collide PLE, so there is some minor tweaks here and there, but everything is a lot of what you see in real life, so nothing else of September. October, we will have Extreme Rules. That is our next PLE here in the series. We have actually 5 shows to that point, so we have quite a little bit. And then NXT has Halloween Havoc, and I did download the Halloween Havoc logo as well as made my own arena. So if there is an arena in the game, I usually do it on my own, especially the NXT ones, just so everything is what you need to see using the exact same kind of template that you saw on TV. So that's what's in October. November, there's 2 main roster PLEs. We'll see Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, and then we'll see War Games Survivor Series at the end of November. I did think about not doing a Saudi Arabia show just because all the controversies that go around it, and I'm still open to the idea of not doing Saudi shows. Just let me know in the comment section below if that's something you want to see. December, here's where the first kind of change comes into play. In NXT, they had NXT Deadline in December. Wasn't the biggest fan of the name. I mean, it's not a bad name, but it's just nothing that really stands out to me, and they don't have a Deadline arena in the game yet, so I thought this would be a good idea just to kind of do something different. And we're actually going to do NXT Starrcade. We're going to bring back the Starrcade branding for NXT in December. You know, NXT does do a lot of old WCW themes, the Great American Bash, Halloween Havoc you just saw. They do a New Year's Evil. So I thought, hey, why not just bring back another NXT or a WCW staple and bring it to NXT in the form of NXT Starrcade, so we can kind of have a big NXT event to end the year. I thought that was a good idea. But NXT Starrcade will be December. January, we'll have the Royal Rumble. Obviously, February, we'll have Vengeance Day for NXT, and then we'll have Elimination Chamber. And then in March and April, we'll have Stand and Deliver, and then WrestleMania. I do have them, it says, on separate weekends here, but I'll do it just like in real life. They'll be back to back, so a lot of good content. I want to make it through WrestleMania in this game and get quite a little bit more progress than we did in 2K22, so a lot of exciting action. But that's what the calendar looks like. Let's go a little bit more into each show so you know what to expect. Raw will be the first one, and here are the champions on Monday Night Raw. We have the WWE Championship, United States Championship, Raw Tag, Raw Women's, and Women's Tag Team. And if you watched the Clash at the Castle PLE, you saw we crowned a lot of new champions on that show. First off, the WWE Champion is indeed Edge. He recaptured the gold for the first time in quite some time. Edge is your world champion again. United States Champion is Rey Mysterio. He won that championship on his 20th anniversary show on Monday Night Raw when he beat the old champion in Austin Theory. Raw Tag Team Champions are the Street Profits. They won those titles just a week ago. They knocked off Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin and won the rematch at Clash at the Castle. Our Raw Women's Champion is Bianca Belair. She won that back at WrestleMania, and she has not looked back since, knocking off any challenger that stepped to her plate. And the Women's Tag Team Champions are actually Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. They captured the titles at Clash at the Castle when they defeated the former champs of Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, and I doubt that those two teams are done with each other. Let's go to NXT now. Oh, also, one more thing, Raw, since it is 3 hours, it will have 7 matches on the show. Every other show has 5 in terms of NXT and SmackDown. PLEs kind of range from anywhere between 6 and 8, but Raw, since it is 3 hours, we do give it 7 matches. NXT, this is what we have on that show, 5 matches to go. The NXT champion is Gunther. The leader of Imperium did just unify the title with the United Kingdom Championship when he beat Wolfgang at Clash of Champions. So Gunther is still your NXT champion. He beat Braun Breaker back at the Great American Bash. Our North American champion is the loudmouth Grayson Waller, who just unified that championship with the European Championship when he beat Carmelo Hayes. NXT Tag Team Champions are Mark and Joe Coffey of Gallus. It's kind of been our big war in NXT. It seems like that's brewing, Imperium versus Gallus, as they knocked off Imperium to win those titles at Clash of Champions. The NXT Women's Champion is Miko Satomura, the longest reigning UK Women's Champion, unified that title this past PLE against Mandy Rose. A little bit of controversy as Rose did have her hand on the rope, but Satomura was declared your winner regardless. And then our NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. They are still best friends, and they have had a pretty solid reign to boot. Let's go to Friday Night SmackDown now to round out our show's part. And our Universal Champion is Drew McIntyre at Clash at the Castle on his home turf at Cardiff, Wales. He ended the 734-day reign of Roman Reigns inside a steel cage. It was an awesome moment to close. But Drew McIntyre is our Universal Champion. It's a new era here on Friday Night SmackDown. The Intercontinental Champion is Sami Zayn, who won that title at the exact same event. He knocked off Ricochet and Karrion Kross in a triple threat match where he did not pin Ricochet, who is the former champ. So Sami Zayn, though, captured the Intercontinental Championship for a 3rd time. SmackDown Tag Team Champions are still the Usos representing the Bloodline. They are still the ones of the blue brand. SmackDown Women's Champion is Charlotte Flair. She won an 8-woman tournament that concluded at Clash of the Castle, when she knocked off Io Sky in the finals. Title was held up shortly after SummerSlam when the reigning champ at the time, Becky Lynch, who had just cashed in Money in the Bank, had to vacate the title due to a separated shoulder. Charlotte Flair returned, and she capitalized with another Women's Championship reign. And then obviously, again, Women's Tag Team Champions on both shows, and it's Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And that'll do it for this one. I just wanted to show you just a quick little video just to where we are at, the schedule that is coming up, as well as the superstars that will be the champions going into the new game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys are ready for the new one. If you are, make sure you drop a like and you subscribe down below, especially if you're ready for the WWE 2K23 Universe Mode series. This is Mr. Rob, and I'll see you in the next one.